Everyone. Happy Monday. We can get after it this week. I'm excited. I love going to work. I'm one of these people. I want to take my enemy's bones. I want to grind them up and snort them. It's how I approach it every week. So today we're going to talk about the economy a little bit. Kind of where's the economy at? What's going on in the economy? And again, it's from a small business owner's perspective. So I got a small seven-figure business. We got 8 employees. We make American-made furniture. It's a good business. I sell to the 1% for the most part, but the economy is not the same for all of us, and so that's the approach I'm going to talk about. I'm talking about from the middle class and then the upper class, right? Sometimes people call this the K-shaped economy. So let's talk about exactly what's going on in the economy and where it's going and what we can do to make it a little bit better for the majority of people today. So my name is Eric. Welcome on this Planet Crow here in St. Louis, Missouri. A small business owner. Me and my wife own this company. We got 8 employees. We do small seven figures in business. We make beautiful custom American-made furniture. We ship it all over America. We have our own transportation people, and it is a fantastic business. It's a great way to make money. Feels good to make a product and deliver it, and see the joy that it brings our customers when they get to put our beautiful furniture in their home. They send us pictures. They tell us how much they love their pieces. They tell us how they waited years to get our furniture, and then once they get it, they just love it. So as a business owner here in America that again makes American-made product, I love it. It's a fantastic way to make money. So the economy right now is very mixed. If we get on Grok right now, we kind of look and see exactly what's going on today. Basically, it's the story of the haves and the have-nots, right? And it's unfortunately it's only growing at this point, and until we kind of make some changes that I don't want to use the word spread the wealth because I don't really believe in socialism. We do have to do something to help more people, and there's a lot of things that we can do here in America very quickly that would really help out a lot of people, help kind of ease that burden, and maybe get people a little bit more invested in their country, get people a little bit more excited about where they're going in the economy, and make people just feel a little bit better about their situation, right? Because it's rough times. We went through rough stuff during COVID. I don't know if people remember COVID. You're not really supposed to talk about it too much, but it's this time when the cost of everything just exploded, right? The cost of everything exploded. Everyone had money, and thus everyone was trying to buy everything at the same exact time. It was basically the everything bubble. And when the federal government was just injecting cash, right? The federal government's sending people unemployment. They're telling you that you can't charge rent, right? There was these rent moratoriums. States are giving cash to people. Cities are giving cash to people. The feds are giving cash to businesses through PPP and IDL or EIDL loans. I don't remember all these acronyms. The system was just flooded with gobs of cash, and then couple that with America and a lot of other countries just literally tell people to stay home. I mean, it literally wrecked the economy. So those of us that were able to work during COVID, or those of us that were deemed, oh God, I always forget that fucking word that they use. It was so horrible. There were the people that could work and there were the people that couldn't work, right? There were the necessary businesses and the unnecessary business. They had a word for it. I always forget what it is. But anyway, if you're one of those businesses, you just raked in cash, like hand over fist. Like I had so much fucking money, guys. Like I didn't know what to do with it all. I did the dumbest shit with all this money that I had. I didn't grow my business the way I should. I didn't hire the way that I should. I just wasted gobs of money, and basically ended up losing money during COVID. But I got a basically 10-year education for 3 years of wild sales. Like it was just crazy. So anyway, let's talk about the economy. We're not going to talk about me so much. But anyway, point is that inflation's way up, right? So that's literally what's happened. COVID drove inflation way up. COVID did a lot of things that really fucked this country over really bad. And I feel really bad for a lot of people that thought they were going to do things with COVID. They were going to take this money and get away from the job they hated. They were going to invest in themselves and do something else later on in life. Because I don't think that ended up happening. I think a lot of people just stayed at home, hoarded cash, played a lot of video games, did a lot of YouTube streaming, all these kind of things. And it didn't do what it was supposed to do for the economy by getting everyone to stay home. In fact, the economy went one way for one people and it went the other way for another people, right? So let's talk about what are the numbers, right? Let's look at the numbers, guys. So latest jobs report says that we added 130,000 jobs, right? And that sounds great. And it is great. And the best thing about that jobs report that just came out was the fact that we let go of about 40,000 federal employees. Okay. Now, again, I never want to see anyone lose their jobs, but at the end of the day, if you work for the federal government, you're essentially a parasite, right? And again, slightly derogatory, but the federal government can't live without the taxpayer, right? It's the taxpayer can live without the federal government, but the federal government can't live without the taxpayer. So that's why I kind of call it a parasitic relationship. But by reducing those 40,000 people, you got to think the average federal worker, when you factor in things like wages, benefits, the cost to train people, the cost of the buildings, I mean, you're looking at about $100,000 per employee, right? And a lot of normie W-2 people don't quite understand that when I hire somebody as a business owner, I'm not just paying their salary, right? If I pay someone 50 grand a year, there's a lot of costs that go into having an employee be able to work at your business, right? The federal government and the state, the city, the county, all these people tax the shit out of business owners just to employ you, which is kind of weird if you ask me, because you want more people to start businesses and create businesses, but that's what they do. So we're not going to go into that too much. I'm not trying to, discuss the tax breakdown and why, business owners are better than wages and wages are better than business owners and blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk about, basically what we're talking about today is the K-shaped economy, right? What we got to do to fix all that, but we got to get through the numbers. We got to talk about all this stuff. So Pew basically asked, did a survey, and I know I say fuck all these surveys. I don't like any of these survey people, but I got to tell you something. So Pew did a survey, and they said basically 28% of the people they surveyed said that the economy was good. The rest of them, what they called 68%, were pessimistic, right? So most people, and this is going to be most people are going to be who we're going to talk about. Most people are average. We're all kind of average, right? Most people aren't happy with the cost of housing, the cost of automobiles, the cost of food, the cost of childcare, the cost of healthcare, the cost of whatever insurance, right? Most people are not very happy with what's going on today, and the federal government isn't doing much to work on any of these issues, and we're going to talk about that in our stream. So again, appreciate everyone being here. Just give me a few minutes, guys. I'm going to go through my little diatribe here of facts and stats and blah blah blah, and then we'll dig into comments and we'll kind of bat this economy thing around a little bit. So hope everyone's having a good morning, by the way. Okay, so credit card debt is at an all-time high, right? So credit card debt is now at $1.25 trillion, right? Which basically last quarter it was up $44 billion, right? So people are starting to charge things a lot more. We're starting using things like Affirm, which is a buy now, pay later thing. And I've used Affirm. I don't know if you guys have ever used it. You guys want to know how that works? I'll say it. I think Affirm is better than credit cards myself. I prefer to use Affirm to something like a credit card, right? Not because it's necessarily a better system, but what I like about Affirm is that it ends, right? So credit cards, they'll just revolving every month. They're going to charge you interest, right? And if you choose to pay it off, right, it goes away. But if you don't, there's no plan for it to go away. So you can pay the minimum on a credit card, or you can pay the maximum on a credit card. Depends on what you want to pay. With Affirm, it's a set based amount for either 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or I think you can do up to 15 months now. And it ends, like it's gone. Like I don't have to think about it. I know that it's going to be over. And yeah, the interest rate can be really high, but it always ends. So if you're one of these people that relies on credit cards, give Affirm a try. If you're really one of these people that wants to, buy shit that they can't afford necessarily, like try it out. I think it's a better system, but I've never been able to convince anyone of that. So maybe it's just me. So, okay. So credit card debt's at an all-time high, right? So people keep spending more money. So clearly their wages aren't keeping up, right? The cost of insurance, everyone knows your fucking property taxes keep going up. Every fucking tax that we have today keeps increasing. And they say regulations are being lowered, which is going to help people. We see gas prices are going down, which is something. But other than that, there's no real help for normal people as far as I can tell, So my numbers are going to prove all this, okay? So household debt is up. Again, record high. $17 trillion, right? And what's household debt? Household debt is essentially going to be your home mortgage. It's going to be your auto mortgages. It's going to be things like student loans and credit cards, right? So you couple all this stuff together, all of this American debt is at an all-time high, right? And this is most of the people that are in this particular kind of debt are going to be your lower tier group of people, the lower part of the K, right? All you people are fucked. This is what it basically boils down to. And I'm talking about this is definitely not Fox News, right? You guys get this? Okay, so we got that going on, okay? The other things that we got is we got inflation. Inflation is still way up. Like Trump and the administration everybody loves to talk about how inflation's coming down. Inflation's coming down. Inflation's coming down. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Inflation ain't fucking coming down, okay? Inflation is slowing, right? Which is something. But I want to give you guys some numbers. Let me tell you guys what things cost prior to COVID in 2020 and what they cost now. We're going to look at the percentages of life, and you're going to see why you guys are fucked. Right? The cost of everything is going up. And when they say, oh, inflation's only up 16%, what they don't talk about is that all the shit that matters to you is up double that minimum, right? And so we all know that inflation is way higher than 16%. So when Trump goes out there goes, yeah, inflation down to 2.4%, what he's basically saying is that it's just slowing. Everything's still going up. I've told you guys many times, you want prices to go up because it stimulates buying today as opposed to buying tomorrow, right? And if you have an economy where people choose to buy tomorrow as opposed to today, you don't have an economy that's growing, right? And I've said it many times. Capitalism only really works from a parasitic point of view, right? It's like or not a parasitic, from a cancerous point of view. you guys ever noticed that growth always has to grow, profits always have to go up, and in order to do that, you have to constantly be expanding your customer base. And if you can't, bring capitalism to the rest of the world, capitalism dies. So it always has to be spreading. And the minute it retracts, it's bad for everybody. It's bad for capitalism as a form of doing business, right? As a form of society. So anyway, let's talk about some of the things. Okay, so since 2020, I'll give you guys some numbers just so you guys, this is fun. Everyone loves stats. Okay, inflation since 2020. The general understanding is that it's up 16%, right? So if you ask an economist, they're going to be like, oh, it's only up 16%. What's the problem? Okay, so food, right, is up 35%, right? If you break it down, you break down even more, you're going to find out certain things like steak is actually up more like 58%, right? And eggs at one point were up something like 400%. Now they've leveled off. But if you look at the individual things, you're going to see that a lot of things have gone up in price. But overall, food is up 35%. But remember, the economists and the experts are going to tell you inflation is only up 16%, okay? The other thing that you care about, right? They need somewhere to live, right? Okay, again, the economist, 16%. Okay, you're going to say, wait a minute, it seems like housing's gone up a lot more than that. Housing's up 32%. Okay, as the aggregate of all the housing, right? And this encompasses rent as well, is up 32%. Okay, now we'll look at cars, 33%. Okay, but again, they always say it's only up 16%. Okay, look at insurance. Okay, here's the big one, guys. Here's one of the reasons, and this is something that I think Trump administration could work on, but they refuse to talk about. Okay, insurance is up 70%. Okay, and as a small business owner, this really pisses me off because I feel this as a business owner because I have to carry more insurance than all of you guys in the stream right now. I have to carry insurance for everything. Everyone that works for me, I got to carry insurance. All the people have to carry their own insurance. We all have to carry our own auto insurance. I have to carry auto insurance for my business. I have to carry general liability insurance. I got to carry transportation insurance. I got to carry insurance against going into people's homes. I have to carry so much fucking insurance that it becomes prohibitively expensive to even own a business, right? So who is this? We got someone sent a gift in here. Sorry, guys. I try and get these things. I'm going to learn this thing. God damn it. Send me another gift so I can touch on it. Okay. Give me just a few more minutes, guys, and we're going to go into comments. I know we're getting a lot of comments in here. I don't want to fall behind. Okay. So the experts, right? The economists, they tell you that inflation's up 16%. They're fucking full of shit. Okay. It's only up 16% for the shit you don't give a fuck about. Right. Everything you care about is up double what they tell you that's up. Okay. And insurance, which is required by law, by the way, is up 70%. Okay. So the insurance companies are stuffing it up your ass every day of the week. And they're going on Fox News right now, basically telling all the boomers, hey, you guys need to buy insurance. You need health insurance. You got to make sure you get some life insurance. And you're paying for all that advertising, which sucks. All right. So insurance is wildly expensive right now. So if the administration wants to help anybody, that's one of the things that I think they could actually tackle, and they need to do something about it. I bet if we look into the cost of insurance right now, you'll notice that there's a lot of people in the C-suite, right? A lot of executives, a lot of shareholders that are basically getting paid while you're essentially paying for them to get dividends and increases in stock buybacks and purchases, things like that. And it's not good for the average person, which again is why we have this K-shaped recovery right now. These people are getting wealthy by things like dividend and assets that are growing with inflation, and your wages aren't going up. And the truth is if we look at the amount of increase in wages at the top and wages at the bottom, they're actually the same, which this blew my mind. So if you're one of these people making whatever, $750,000 a year in income, and you're another person that's making $70,000 a year in income, truth is that you guys are actually growing from a wage standpoint at very similar rates, which again, it doesn't make any sense to me, but that's what the stats say. Okay, so why are the wealthy getting so goddamn rich? And the truth is that it's all assets, right? So if you look at the stats on assets, the top 10% own 90% of all the stocks, right? They'll always tell you, oh, everyone's a stockholder, right? If you have a business, you have a 401k, you're a stockholder. They're fucking lying to you guys about what it is that you own, right? You do own stock and you do have a 401k. Maybe you got an IRA that has stock in it. There's all kinds of ways that the average person gets to participate, but the sheer quantity of what you get to participate with your dollars is nothing compared to how much the wealthy own in the asset appreciation category, right? You look at residential housing, the wealthy own the most of it, right? You look at rental property, the wealthy own pretty much all of it. You look at assets like stocks, right? The wealthy own 90% of it. It's a staggering number, guys. And the economy is set up for these asset holders to grow their wealth much faster than people like us that are wages, right? You know, that Nick Fuentes calls us all wages. Like, what a fucking douchebag. But yeah, he calls us wages. Like, we work at an hourly wage. We're basically fucked, right? We can't keep up with inflation. Okay, now, last thing I'm going to say, and then we'll dig into comments, right? So if we look at wages, okay, how much has wages gone up? Okay, the truth is that wages have gone up about 37% since 2020, right? And everyone's gonna say, yeah, fucking wages have gone up, but I don't feel it, right? I'm gonna give you guys an example of why you don't feel it. I'm gonna use when I bought a home when I was 21 years old, okay? But so wages have gone up. The problem is that when you factor in inflation, wages are flat. So again, that 33% that you're paying for housing, that 35% that you're paying in food, the 70% you're paying in insurance right now, that's eating up everything that you guys would have made since 2020. Everything, it's all gone. Okay, so we've got to fix that particular trade. Now, here's my example. Then we're going to dig into comments. I do have a lot more stuff, but I know I'm falling way behind. Here's okay. I bought my first home in 2002. I bought my first home. Okay, I paid $99,000 for that home. Okay. I made about $15 an hour. If you guys can believe this, I made like 15 bucks an hour. Okay. Today, the average salary is $37.17. All right. So the average home when I was buying homes back in 2002 was $188,000. Right. So I bought a lower, almost like a fixer-upper home on $15 an hour. Okay. I didn't even use my wife at the time. I didn't even use her income. This is all my income based on my aerospace job that I had in Wichita, Kansas. All right. The stat that you guys need to know is that when I bought that home, right, the average person's salary in 2002 was 1/6 of the cost of a home, right? So, you know, think of that like, well, it'd basically be like 15, 16% of your income was what the average home would cost. Today, the average wage is $37.17, but the average home price is 400 grand. Okay. So essentially, the home prices have gone up 6 times. Excuse me, I said it wrong. 3 times, but the average wage has not kept up with the cost of these homes. So again, you cannot afford a home because homes are exponentially more expensive than they used to be. It's no bueno, right? You're looking at 200% growth, 300% growth in homes over this period of time. Your wages have essentially gone up, I don't know, 200%, right? So the numbers just don't jive. No one's gonna be able to afford anything if prices continue to grow at these exponential rates. So I want to show you guys exactly what the cost of a home was when I bought something versus what you guys are paying now. It's just it's untenable, right? It's not going to work. So okay, let's dig into comments real quick. And again, I've got more stuff like things that we can do, things that need to get talked about this year in order to help people to grow their wages, in order to be able to afford the average cost of things in life today. Okay, so things like universal health, universal child care is a big one, right? Capping credit card rates would really help people. That's a really short-term thing we can do. Increase the supply of houses, which Trump's not going to do for you because again, you're not his voter base. Trump doesn't give a fuck about you if you make under $100,000 a year. You're essentially cattle. You're the serf class. All right, dig into comments. Appreciate you guys being here this morning. My name's Errol on this resplendent crow in Wichita, God damn it, in St. Louis, Missouri. We're a small furniture company. We do about 500 pieces a year. We got 8 employees. We're just a real small business. Okay, we got Jonathan Gillis in here. Hi from Western Australia. Awesome, dude. Glad you're here from Australia. I spent a bunch of time in New Zealand, man. We New Zealand's brothers from another mother when it comes to that whole side of the world. Yeah, Australia's a beautiful place, man. You guys got some land over there. Holy shit. Okay, to cast 2488. Are you on peptides? No, I'm not on peptides. That's a whole other thing. I mean, you really want to help people in America, like get people thinking more about their health. You know, instead of going to the doctor for a drug or looking for someone else to have the answer, like just fucking move a little bit. Exercise 30 minutes a day, and you're pretty much good. I would tell you to eat better, but I'm not a strong believer in that eating is better than exercise. I think that exercising and moving is way more valuable than eating well. So yeah, just exercise 30 minutes a day, and it'll change your life. Okay. See, this is Dr. Spo. I guess this is Dr. Spo, maybe. Okay, the numbers are cooked. They will be revised. Yeah, and you're 100% right. Every time these fucking numbers come out, they always end up revising them. And I think to Dr. Spo's point, I think they said that they revised the jobs in 2025 down by like 1 million jobs already. So you're 100% right. The government just loves to talk about how great things are, and then they revise it every time the new jobs report. Oh, we got to revise last quarter. Or we got to revise something from last year. And yeah, it's a whole smoke and mirrors thing, but sucks. Okay, Dr. Spo, the numbers are cooked. Okay, I read your comment. Dalton Price says hi. This is Dalton Price. Good to see you, dude. Glad you're here. Again, what's new to the stream? We do these streams most days. I try to do them in the morning, like between 6 and 7, or in the afternoon around noon. I show you guys how to run a business. I show you guys actual work in my factory, right? I'm not telling you guys how to get rich with gold and crypto and, oh God, buy my course and I'll tell you how to get rich. I'm not one of these fucking posers. I have a real business. This is, let's see, this is Jossman sent a gift, man. I appreciate it. I hope I got your name right. It's cool. But anyway, I'm a real business owner. I do real shit. I don't try to sell you guys a course. I don't try to sell you guys nothing. I just show you how I make money as a dumb guy that never graduated high school, slowly figured this fucking thing out. That's all I do. I show you guys how to work, because that's the only way I know to make money. I don't know how to make money buying houses. I don't know how to make money buying stocks and gold. I don't know how to do that. I know how to make a middle-class living making furniture, right? So that's all I know to do. I know how to hire and fire people. All right, Dalton Christ, we say we got you. We got 10Z Wazawa. I guess great name. Okay. Hey, UNC. I hope you're doing well today. I'm doing awesome. And one time I saw a man drown and did nothing to stop it. Okay, that sounds like the fucking Phil Collins story. And if you're from North Carolina, like you're saying, that's fantastic. We do a lot of work with people in North Carolina. North Carolina is the furniture hub of America. I talk about it all the time. My industry is furniture. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that right now. Okay, Dr. Spo, tax the asset owners. Yeah, there's something's going to have to happen there, unless the asset owners, which also are the business owners for the most part, can bring the average person's cost of, the average person's wages up, or bring the cost of living down. They got to do something, because at some point you'll end up in a situation where you have the French Revolution, where the aristocrats were basically, you have the serf class and the aristocrats. And the aristocrats were running everything, and the serfs got tired of it and cut all their fucking heads off, killed their family, and took all their shit, right? So you're in a situation like that if we're not careful, right? And then you couple that with this whole, I hate to bring back the Jeffrey Epstein thing, but you couple the degeneracy that seems to proliferate in this upper class of wealthy people. You see these guys are also, raping little kids and doing child trafficking, and some of the fucked up shit we're seeing in these stories about, but like putting fists in girls' vaginas and biting, all this nasty shit that they're doing. America is gonna kill these fucking people. Like it's gonna get to a place where, if justice isn't served at some level, America's gonna revolt, right? And they think a tax revolt's bad. Like, wait till it's a fucking aristocrat elite revolt and they kill everyone. So they got to be very careful. They got to do something at some point, because pessimism is building in the economy. Pessimism is building in this lower class. Like I said, I was just in Austin and I saw how the wealthy live. We were paying $500 a night, $500 meals, seeing all the Rolls Royces and all the Bentleys rolling around. Like there's a large group of people living in a way that is very offensive to a certain group of people. And at the end of the day, the wealthy people might have security, but the lower class people got a lot of fucking guns and nothing to lose. So yeah, they have to do something. So great comment. All right, this is hi bye 21232. Hi bye, good to see you. Glad you're here. Thanks a lot. Bennett D2501 sounds like MAGA complaining. No, I'm not MAGA complaining, man. I'm just an average dude. Yes, I voted for Trump. I'm very Republican in most ways, but I'm very frustrated with this administration, how they're operating, the lack of enforcing the law, the lack of looking to the law first and people's feelings second. I don't like that. And I'm very transparent about it. And again, you hear me talking about some of the things I'm talking about are very liberal, very libertarian, very empathetic towards the poor and the middle class, So I don't think that makes me MAGA, but whatever, dude. Okay, Dr. Smoke. The economy is fucked. Most people don't have any money. Yeah, but it can get better, man. Like I said, as a business owner and someone who's constantly thinking about different ways to make money, what I've learned being a dumb guy, never graduated high school, is that the best thing you can do as a person to make money is get really fucking good at something. And again, I see a lot of resumes. I see a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people. And most of us business owners, what we see is that people tend to job hop a lot. They're basically, I don't know if they're just chasing money because they can't make enough money, or if the employers suck. I don't know what that is. But if you can find a business that is okay, that it will teach you something and give you opportunity, then you can get really good at something. And then you can parlay that into owning a business. And again, a lot of people don't want to own business. I get it. But this is what I've done. This is my experience. And that's where I'm coming from. but you can parlay that into having your own thing, right? You can parlay being good at something and always being interested. If you could stay in a business for a little bit, you can parlay that into doing other things. I tell the story all the time, like I've only built furniture, but when they saw how good I was at building furniture and then building new furniture and one-off furniture, they then said, well, you know what? We need someone that can be a liaison to the engineering department and also the furniture makers. And I became the guy that was going in between engineering and the builders, talking to the engineers. And then they're like, well, hey, why don't we just, we need another engineer. Eric, why don't you come in here and learn this shit? And we'll just teach you rather than hire someone from college that has a degree in interior design. And they hired me. And then or not hired, they just, told, hey, this is fucking what you're going to do. And hey, we're going to go build cabinets sometimes too. But I learned how to use CATIA, SolidWorks, AutoCAD. I learned about working with CNCs, 3-axis, 5-axis, all these kind of things. And I'm not an expert, but I parlayed these things into where now I own a business where I design all my own furniture using SolidWorks. I got my own CNC. I have to do the CNC work. I'm the programmer. I'm the guy that does all the CAD work, the design work. I'm also the guy that hires and fires. I do a lot of different things. But my wife does all the sales. She does all of the interactions with customers, handles all the shipping, and we've grown this thing into something, So that's what I think we need to do for people. And I know you guys don't want to hear me fucking just run my mouth. So let's keep going. All right, Josh Mansk, 5896. Affirm is awesome. You're right. Yeah, and again, I think that more people need to consider using Affirm instead of a credit card because again, it ends. And most people struggle, and me included, guys. I've probably got $12,000 in credit card debt, like revolving credit cards. I think I got 3 credit cards. But the Affirm stuff, like again, I probably spent 50 grand in Affirm since I opened up my Affirm. I bought my wife like jackets. I bought dumb shit like exhaust for my Lotus. Like I've done dumb shit with this stuff, but the debt is gone. Meanwhile, all the fucking credit card debt is still there because again, I can't bring myself to pay $1,000 a month on one card. I'm too much of a wagey mentality. I just can't do it. I don't want to, but again, all the Affirm debt gone. So I think Affirm's a great thing. Let's see. Zero interest means a lot of buying power. Yeah, and again, you don't want people necessarily have a lot of buying power, dude. And Affirm is not zero interest; it's actually quite high. But okay, Josh Manskin says PayPal also offers zero interest payment plans. Yeah, that's good. And anywhere you guys can find that kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, Josh, I know what you're saying. Who's this? John. This is Josh Mansky 5896. He has some great information here, guys. Pay attention to what he's saying. I think that there are a lot of payment plans out there. And again, we used to call this layaway, right? And this was just like if you worked with your hands back in the 80s and 90s, they called you a fucking loser. And if you were one of these poor people that had to go into one of these stores and do a layaway plan, again, you're a fucking loser. And now that's essentially what a lot of this stuff is. Yes, you get the product first, but it's essentially a payment plan that ends. And it's good. It's a good thing. And you can get zero interest on a lot of things, right? Because as the economy ebbs for people like us, there's more deals out there. But if you use credit cards for these things, you're paying 20 to 30%, right? And Trump keeps talking about lowering the interest card rates. But you think the people that are funneling money into his campaigns and all his buddies' pockets, do you think he's essentially gonna kick him in the dick by making credit cards 10% for a year? I don't think he's gonna do that. Just like building homes, right? Basic supply and demand. If you put more fucking homes for people to buy, guess what? The cost goes down. But he already said, well, I don't want the house of homes to go down. I want the cost of homes to go up. It's like, fuck you, man. Like, at least pretend you care about the average person. Like, fucking pretend, dude. Like, I just told you guys what the highest costs are for everyone in America, and Trump's done dick about any of it, right? He talks a big game, but at the end of the day, he's not fucking doing anything. Like, great, you get a tax cut, okay? You still can't fucking afford anything. What are you gonna save, 2 or 3% on your taxes? The only people that care about 2 or 3% are people that are rent seekers, right? This is how they make their money. People that have gold and stocks, they love 3 or 4% a year. That's perfect. But the average person is fucking behind 30%. Like, they need help today. So anyway, sorry, I don't want to go on a rant, but again, I'm MAGA. Okay, we got Jesus Yahweh. All right, man. Yahweh, dude. 33. Okay, yeah, use PayPal, pay it for it. And again, this is cool, guys. I appreciate there's more people that do this kind of stuff. That's one of the things I like about these streams is that there's ideas and people talk about things that I don't think we talk about enough. Like, again, like Fox News is talking about the big banks will be part of the historic Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac deal. Like, the fuck does that have to do with you or me? What are they gonna? They're going to give us lower interest rates on homes? Fuck no, they're not. They're not going to give you guys jack shit. You'll pay for it through taxes or bailouts of some kind, but they're fucking not going to give you anything, which really is frustrating to me. Okay, so yeah, Jesus Yahweh, man, great comment. I appreciate that. Okay, Bose Bozaphus? I don't know what your name is there, dude. Interesting name. Okay, we'll all be in work camps run by AI and PDFs soon. It's a meaningless debate. Yeah, well, again, I don't like this whole nihilism thing, and I know that like nihilism is great for clicks. Like everyone on YouTube is a fucking nihilist. Like there's everyone on X nihilist. Like they're just like, why try? It's all going to hell in a handbasket. You see the headlines on YouTube. It's all going to hell. Jobs are all gone. Everyone's losing their jobs. Banks are ruling everything. The aristocrats are going to rule over the serfs, and it's gonna be all right, guys, but man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be awful. Like going back to this Epstein thing, the Epstein's whole situation is a win for everybody, right? Granted, it's only half. There's a lot more work to be done, but it's one of the few wins I've seen the average citizen get. Even though it doesn't help you in your pocketbook, I get it, but it means that government had to give you what they said they were going to give you, and that doesn't happen very often. So but anyway, okay. Ryan Beans, we got Ryan Beans 172. AI doesn't exist. AI exists, dude. Man, I use it every day, every fucking day, man. I talk to AI on my way to work. I talk to AI at work. I'm constantly asking my AI questions, right? You guys get it on your phone. The one I use is Grok, and you can literally just set it up to listen all day. And you can talk to it and you can prompt it and you can ask it questions about what you need to do in specific situations. If you're thinking about doing something, ask Grok what you want to do. It's a fantastic tool. And again, as average people, right, that want to learn things, you can literally talk to someone all day long and ask them anything that's interesting to you. And they're going to give you the aggregation of information for the entire known world via the internet. It's a very cool tool. So okay, this is we got Donald Lock in here. Donald Lock, good to see you. Glad you're here. Thank you. If you guys are in the stream, hit the like button. Again, add discussion. It helps to kick the algorithm around. It's good for watch hours. It's good for the content side as one of these guys that streams and talks to you guys. Donald Lock 5713. Our state and local taxes are killing us. Yeah, and again, the tax side, guys, is just disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting what's going on here. I live in the state of Illinois, and what's happened in Illinois is that in Cook County, which is essentially 2/3 of the entire state of Illinois. This is the Chicago proper area. What they've done is that a lot of your wealthy business owners, your big businesses like Boeing, Caterpillar, Ken Griffin's Capital, Citadel Capital, all these people have left. And what's happened is rather than lower the tax burden on people by reducing their budgets and letting people have more of their money, they kept the budget the same and just started taxing people more. So instead of taxing the businesses, they're making up the difference by taxing the people who don't have any fucking money, by the way. So yeah, it's taxes are clusterfuck today. And there's a lot of search on YouTube, search about the property tax schemes, the property tax lie, and you'll see that there's been a lot of investigations done. There's a lot of states that are suing their governments over the increase in property taxes, essentially to fill budget holes. Not because your property value really went up, not because the improvements in your area have caused the value of homes to go up, not because the demand has gone up, but because they need to fill budget shortfalls, and that is 100% illegal. But that's what they're doing. So yeah, we got to fix this tax thing. That's why you see a lot of people talking about tax revolt, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how we get people to not pay their taxes, because like as an employer, I can elect not to pay the 7.5% I got to pay for every one of my employees. But then the IRS is going to be up my ass immediately saying, "Where's our fucking money?" Right? But meanwhile, the average citizen can't get a fucking audit from the Department of Defense, right? We can't get an accounting of most of our tax dollars, right? We don't know where the fucking money goes once it leaves this country to all these NGOs, right? It's impossible to track this money, but you're expected to pay every year, and it's or excuse me, every day, and it's a joke. It's a fucking joke, guys. I mean, think about it. You get paid, right? In order to get paid, you got to drive to work every day for most of us. You got to pay tax on the gas that you buy. You got to pay property tax on the vehicle that you drive. You got to pay insurance on the vehicle you buy. You have to pay tax on the money that you used to buy that car. You get to work, you do the work, right? You got to pay tax on all the food you buy. The cost, right? If you're an economist, the cost you spend at work is offset by the thing that you could be doing, right? So there's a cost there. The minute you drive home, you got to whatever. If you go to the store to buy something, you're paying tax on the food. You're paying tax on again on the gas that you're using. You're paying tax on the insurance that you use. Every dollar that you spend, there's a tax on it. And again, you're talking city taxes. You're talking county taxes. You're talking state taxes. Then you got federal taxes, right? The business owner, the amount of taxes we got to pay to employ you to make the money to pay the federal government is fucking disgusting, guys. At the end of the day, all you guys, you're probably paying 50% tax. I mean, all in. And by the time you factor in everything that you're paying tax on, and everywhere you go costs money. I mean, it's to live essentially costs money, and it's got way out of control, way out of control. But again, you can't convince the fucking the poor people to stop fucking taking the money for welfare and stuff like that. And you can't convince the rich people to fucking give stop taking the fucking tax cuts and the carve outs for their businesses and their assets. You can't convince anyone to take less. So they just take more. It's the only thing that works, right? I'll fuck this guy, vote for me, but I'll go fuck this guy, vote for me. And then you end up fucking yourselves. And that's exactly how our system works. And I don't know how you fix it. I don't have the answer. So, okay. Ryan Beans, 172. Doom and gloom is yeah, again, it's so much doom and gloom out there. Okay, Lash and Anthony, 9433, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Yeah, I know. My wife likes a bald head, so I got a bald head, so whatever. Okay, Boss of us, we will see. Well, yep, I guess we'll see. This is Josh Manska, 8590. Workers' comp is outrageous in small business. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. But anyone that does own a small business, so I did get a reduction in my workers' comp insurance last year just by shopping around. And I'll tell you guys, a couple of years ago, I was using Geico for a while, and they literally raised my auto insurance 40% and didn't even tell me. Right? They basically just no lube, stuck it right up my fucking ass. And then when I saw the bill, I'm like, oh fuck, this hurts. And then I call them up and they're like, well, yeah, we had to raise prices. We got a lot of hurricanes, and then there's a lot of vehicles are getting more expensive, a lot more accidents. But they told me all the reasons they raised my fucking price, but they didn't tell me that they raised my price, right? They just waited until the dick was firmly up my ass and coming out of my mouth. And then I had to call them. So I said, you know what? This is bullshit. I called Progressive, and I called, I think it was Farmers Insurance, and I got essentially Progressive to keep my insurance at the rate that I was paying at Geico prior to them sticking it up my ass. And it's been the same forever. So again, still taking it up the ass, but it's not coming out of my mouth, which is nice. So there is hope, right? So shop around a little bit. I think that's good. It's good for workman's comp as well. There are a lot of companies out there that will help you shop for this kind of stuff. And while I'm sure you're paying them a little bit more, they can help. But there is real help out there, but you do have to search around. So, okay. This is we got Josh Mans. Josh Mans, man, you got some good comments. I appreciate being here today. Okay. I have to have a $2 million liability policy for my landscaping soil property. Oh, cool. So you're a business owner. Good. Yeah. The amount that we have to pay in insurance is fucking ridiculous. And again, like I own a furniture company, so I have to have general liability, obviously, for my business and my property. I have to have a transportation policy for my furniture, which covers the cost of transporting. But then I have a separate policy, right, to cover when my shipping guys go into homes, right? So it is prohibitively expensive to go into people's home. And here's the bitch of it, guys. If you have to send your people into like say you're going to send into a New York apartment, right? You have to have a policy on top of every policy that you have to cover the damage that you could potentially have in that apartment, right? Or if you're going to go into a customer's home, you have to have policies on top of these. They call them COIs, and essentially it's a certificate of insurance, and fucking wildly expensive. So in order for me to afford that as a small business owner, I have to buy a policy every time one of my guys goes into it, because I can't afford just to have a blanket policy. Impossible for a small business to be able to afford that insurance. So yeah, so Josh, man, I get 100% what you're saying. And again, you're operating on other people's businesses in there, around the outside, right? If you fucking damage something, like say you damage a sprinkler head, you know how much money it fucking costs to go in there, dig a trench, find that line, put in a new line, and then put it back in, resaw the thing. It's fucking wildly expensive, guys. So anyway, great comment, Josh. I appreciate that. Okay, Ryan Beans, 172. Those no one don't doom and gloom's been around since dump. Okay, again, Ryan and Buster are going around. So okay, good for you guys. Okay, Drogmuster, 3465. Wages aren't increasing since. No, again, wages come up, guys, and this is the thing. Like again, I never graduated high school. I'm not smart, but I do understand that every time you print a dollar, that means that there's more dollars in circulation, right? Every time you just give out money to people, it means that there's competition for every product. And that is why you guys can't fucking buy anything. It's not that the cost of everything has accelerated. It's the cost of the dollars are worth less, right? So like take in my time when I bought a home, like I made $15 an hour. I bought a home for basically $100,000 as a single wage earner, no problem, right? Today you can't do that because that same dollar buys 80 cents worth of stuff. It's like you guys have to understand that every time you print money, there's more money, and thus there's more demand for everything, which causes these stuff to get more expensive, and the dollars that you have to buy stuff to be worth less. It's just I don't know if people understand this, but again, it's all about the money, guys. Like, stop voting for printing fucking money. Stop it. You have to stop it someday. You have to balance a fucking budget. Everybody has to balance a budget except the federal government, right? And again, you guys fucking vote for more tax cuts for the wealthy or more fucking money for the poor. And this is how they pit you guys against each other, right? The federal government takes money out of Social Security and you guys vote to increase Social Security spending. Oh, automatic COLA. Like, fuck that. At some point, we have to balance our budget, guys. I'm just, again, it drives me crazy. And again, I say this as a guy that owns a small business, right? My customers, zero problems buying my product. My fucking economy is awesome, okay? If you guys want to have a better fucking economy, stop printing money. It's the best thing you guys can do. But again, the fucking empathy is wild. It's like this illegal immigration thing. It's like you guys look the other way when 10 million, 20 million fucking people come in here illegally. But the minute somebody else comes in and says, you know what, we're dragging these fucking people out of here. We'll put them in goddamn camps or we're getting the fuck out of this country. You throw a hissy fit. Like, oh, suddenly you care about rules. Oh, suddenly you care about economics. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's so obvious what is going on. And again, everyone acts like they're all fucking high and mighty. And the truth is that nobody wants to take responsibility for the situation that they created, right? And again, I never graduated high school. I created every fucking problem that happened in my life. Nobody did it for me. I did it to myself. And I found a way to fucking fix it. And it sucked ass, but it's getting better. All right, Doug Muster, 3465. When unionization declines, workers get to enjoy corporate control of grievance. Yeah, and again, like I support unions. I grew up in a union home. My dad was a union pipe fitter in Portland, Oregon, or not steam fitter. I'm sorry. And yeah, unions have a great place, but here's the problem with unions. Again, as a business owner, you know what I fucking detest? When I got to listen to some employee tell me, well, the union said this. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. You work for me. You don't work for the fucking union, right? It's like these kids that get student loans. You guys ever notice this? They don't bitch about the company not paying them any fucking money or enough money to pay their student loan back. You know what they do? They fucking get mad at the taxpayer, right? They get mad at the business owner, right? They fucking should get mad at the school for selling them a bullshit product, right? They should get mad at the people that educated them on fucking basket weaving and, being the 10 millionth degree in psychology and business. Like, get the fuck out of here. Personal responsibility is dead in this country. Okay. Donald Locks, 5713. If electric is up, so it costs more to make pre-made food, so it costs companies more to make products. Car wash costs more because electricity and city water are up. It's getting crazy. Yeah, that's a great point, Donald Locks. I mean, thanks for that comment. It's a fantastic comment. Listen to what she's saying. I think she's 100% right. The cost of electricity, what do we say? Electricity is up something like 30-some%, I think, as well. Again, the only way to fix that situation, right, is to make more fucking electricity, right? We got no problems making all these data centers, which need more electricity, but we don't seem to be real interested in creating more power generation, right? I actually did a deep dive on energy this morning. And the truth is you guys know where all the energy creation has come from in the last 20 years? Give you a second. You guys tell me what you think it is. Wind and solar, which is also wildly expensive, by the way. So yeah, you guys paid for the least efficient way to make energy that's ever been known. And granted, it's young technology, that's part of it. But you guys paid for fucking wind turbines. Again, we got all these credits here in Illinois. They fucking love wasting money on energy ideas. We did make more nuclear plants. We did make more coal-fired power plants. We did make some more natural gas, but that's really about it, guys. It's fucking retarded. It's fucking retarded that we haven't made every kind of energy more readily available. Again, supply, right? Get supply up, right? And again, gets costs down, but zero interest. Like, we just love to fucking talk about how clean America is, how we just have the best air and the best drinking water. Meanwhile, we send all the work to the third world. And then we're just like, oh, it's so great here. Again, ain't good for you, the average middle-class person. Fucking great if you're rich. So yeah, it's fucking wild. And yeah, Donna's 100% right. Like energy goes into everything. The cost of gas goes into everything, right? Which Trump, give the guy credit. I mean, he crushed it on getting gas prices down, which is hilarious that Biden couldn't fucking do it, right? And same thing with the border. Like, again, he was able to close the border in like a month. Biden couldn't do it. No, they didn't want to, right? Biden didn't want to bring the cost of energy down. Biden didn't want to bring the cost of everything down for the average citizen. They only want to do it through taxes, right? They only want to fucking try and tax people to death, people like me. They want to increase our taxes, right? Which makes it harder for me to hire people. But yeah, they raise the price for you guys on everything, right? Same with this EV thing, right? We're talking about electricity. The fucking EV push. You know who mandated all that shit? Your federal government, fucking EPA, right? Because it sounds good, right? Oh, let's make more EVs, right? The auto industry just wrote off $55 billion, right? You fucking paid for that. That's how that works, guys. And it's frustrating. It's super frustrating. But that's instead of doing the thing that helps everybody, we do the thing that feels good to everybody, and then we vote for it because we don't think that it's our money. It's all your guys' money. All right. Let's see. Josh Mintz, 5896. As a small business owner, mastering your tax deductions write-offs is key to your success. Paying quarterly taxes can take the sting out of it. So yeah, again, when you own a small business, you have to manage all of your taxes, guys. I mean, again, it's my job. I have to literally take fucking taxes out of all your guys' paychecks and pay them to the federal government because again, they don't want you guys doing that yourselves. Because and I've said this forever, right? The reason you have more wages, like the people that are W-2s, right? The people that get a paycheck as opposed to write a paycheck, the reason all you guys are they want more of you guys is because you won't fight seeing that money gone. You're conditioned to see that the FICA's gone, the Medicaid, the Medicare, the Social Security, all that shit is gone before you ever see that money. If you had to write that check every quarter, like Josh is saying, you'd have a fucking tax revolt tomorrow. So maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need to push to where the taxpayer doesn't, or excuse me, the business owner doesn't have to pay your guys' fucking taxes. You pay your own fucking taxes. Maybe that would get things to be right. Because I think that's a big problem. I think when you as a tax person don't have to, excuse me, the W-2 income earner don't have to write a fucking paycheck to the federal government every quarter, you know, I think it's a problem. Again, yeah, I hate fucking making that payment. I hate fucking. I got to keep an accountant on payroll, right? I mean, it costs me it's like $1,500 a month to keep this fucking accountant on here to pay taxes, right? To make sure that all my employees tax rate, to make sure that I'm writing things off correctly. It's fucking insane. Like again, I could hire somebody if I didn't have to do that. Right? The fucking sheer amount of bullshit that we have to deal with as employers, we could literally bring on more people to pay taxes, but it doesn't work that way. So Josh, that great point. Okay, Ryan Beans. Okay, you guys are still going back and forth. We got Ken Bo in here. Ken Bo, good to see you, dude. 15, Ken Bo 1512. How will the Cardinals do this season? I don't know. I don't follow the Cardinals. I don't follow sports, man. I was an obstacle course runner. I did ultra marathon events. I did running up mountains and fucking all kinds of crazy shit. Never followed sports. Never. I always wanted to be an athlete. I never wanted to watch an athlete. Okay. Let's see. We got Rufford Bourbon 6016. Carrot cake head my soul. Yep. Okay. Anyone else like carrot? We got the carrot cake comments here. I get these from time to time. I don't know what the hell that's from. So anyway, that's a Trumpy thing. That's something to do with the leg lamp. I don't know what it is, but anyway, glad you're here, guys. Hit the like button, have a discussion. We're talking about the economy again from a small business owner's point of view. I got 8 employees. I do a low 7 figures. I move about 500 pieces of furniture a year throughout America. 100% American made. Okay, Josh Bent's back in here. So for most of us, the dream of buying a home that's got retired is actually way more cost effective as far as repairs and taxation goes. The write-ups you get from a lease for a small business is awesome. Yeah, 100%. And Josh, and again, this is and again, I don't know if this resonates with people, but if you really want to use the tax system in the way that it's intended to be used, you want to own some kind of a small business. And again, it can be a side hustle, but you want to be able to make your life about business, right? So I always use the example of like seeing exotic locations. So because I sell the 1%, my people live in all the coolest areas, right? So if I want to go down to Miami, Florida, right? I just wait for there to be a problem, or I make up a problem in Miami, Florida, right? I got to go see a customer. Well, guess what? Now I get to write my flights off. I get to write my hotels off. I get to write off all my food, my car rental. I get to write off everything, and I go fucking hang out at the beach, And maybe I go see a customer, right? Or maybe I find a trade show that's in my industry, right? I want to go to North Carolina. High Point's there. I want to go to Asheville. Well, I'm going to go to High Point. It goes on for an entire week. I can stay in fucking Asheville every night of the week, go hang out in the mountains, and go down to fucking High Point Market for a day or two, and then I get to write off my entire trip, right? Same thing with my home, right? I use my home as advertising, right? So I put all my beautiful furniture, I redo my kitchen. My wife's essentially a fucking influencer at this point. We write off everything about our life, and that's one of the ways you can beat the tax system. You can write off everything. Everything becomes a fucking write-off, So Josh is 100% right. That's a great way. If you're a W-2 worker, guess what? You're paying the highest. You're paying the highest tax on your income. You can't write off jack shit, and you get stuck in the ass every fucking step of the way, right? You're subject to any new tax increases. You get almost no write-offs. You get almost no deductions, and it's bullshit in my opinion. It's fucking bullshit. I mean, as an employer, if I buy healthcare for my employees, guess what? I get a tax write-off, right? You don't get a fucking tax write-off, but I certainly do. So it doesn't make any sense. Okay, Mike is making stuff, man. Good name, dude. Mike, I guess you're a maker. That's cool, dude. Okay, Woodrunner, another maker channel. No. So sorry, Mike. This is why I do this. That's why I do these streams. I'm not a fucking maker, dude. Like, I own a business. Yes, I put a lot of content out there about how to build stuff, but it's stuff that I sell as a business owner. I'm not trying to click farm for advertisers. I'm not trying to sell, get forward sponsorships. I'm not trying to, beg you guys to buy my shop drawings and fucking make sure that I don't have to really work. Like, I actually have a real fucking job. And so I just come in here, I talk about making furniture, running a business, how other people can make a business. I talk about current events. I talk about all kinds of things just to, again, show people that there's normal people out here that can fucking figure this thing out. And there's normal people out here that do shit. You can do it too. And that's all I do, man. I'm here to talk about the average person. So not really a maker channel, man. But Mike is making stuff, man. Tell me what you do. I'm very curious. I love having people in here that make stuff. So Smooth Bandito. What's under the lampshade? Oh God, that's a good question. I've never looked under there. Probably just a light bulb. Okay. So Doug Buster says Josh Maker. Yeah, Josh Maker's a good commenter today, man. He's really got some good points. Okay, be quiet, money boy. Nope, sorry, dude, not a money boy. I'm broke just like the rest of you. I got fucking tons of debt and business debt and personal debt. I'm a fucking normal dude. Okay, let's see. Stop with the globalism. Yeah, and again, Drogmuster, I'm one of these guys that advocates. I advocate for 400% tariffs on anything that's made overseas. Fucking do it day one, stop it, dead in its tracks. It'd be terrible for the economy. But trust me, all the people that have businesses here in America, they would simply hire Americans and they would build back up. You're not going to get these people that own businesses to go fucking make shit. It ain't going to happen. All they do is figure out ways to make money through finance, through efficiency, through getting creative. They're really good for the economy, and they would figure it out. They would try and they'll do anything they can to utilize the third world, but they would hire Americans. They would like I hear a lot of people today saying that we don't have the infrastructure, right? We can't make things here in America anymore. We don't have the manufacturing capacity. I hear that all the time. Okay, what they're saying is they're saying that we don't have the automated manufacturing, right? We don't have the 400,000 square foot manufacturing spaces to build really high scale things. And the problem is that as a small business owner and someone that actually makes an American product, if you just cut off the third world, guess what? You're instead of having 1,000 furniture makers in America, you're probably going to have 5,000 people that make furniture in America. Instead of having 4 or 5 grocery chains to own everything, you're probably going to have 500 grocery chains, and the cost of everything will get more expensive. But more people are going to make more money because we have to employ American people. So the cost of everything will go up, but wages will go up, right? So me as a business owner, I actually have an incentive to not pay my people money, right? I have an incentive to keep things as efficient and as low cost as possible, which is fucked up, right? I should have an incentive to hire Americans, pay them the fucking top dollar because I want to sell a top dollar product to Americans. But that's not what we do here. Like it's all kinds of backwards, guys. I can't figure out why it is, but whatever, it is what it is. Okay. All right, we got this is a Lucky Boy, or I guess maybe Lukey Boy. 69. Glad you're here, dude. Okay, we got the Riddler. Hold on, guys. Let me see where I'm at in the comments. Okay, good. I'm about halfway. So we're doing good, guys. Thanks for being the stream this morning. I'm going to give you guys to 1 hour, and then I'm going to get out of here. I got to get to work. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Okay, riddle me this. This is the Riddler, 69.911. Riddle me this. I'm loud and obnoxious. I like music and rhymes. I'm a fraction of the population, but commit half the crimes. Who am I? Okay, well, we all kind of know what that is. And again, I agree with that, what you're saying there, dude. But that's not what we're talking about today. So again, and we got Josh in here who's a small business owner. I've tried to hire from the lower class. I've tried to just hire people around my area, which is a relatively poor Black area, and very difficult to hire these people. And I've talked about many times that we need programs coupled with small business to incentivize them to train the people in the communities where industrial businesses like mine operate. But we get no tax credit for doing that. We get no recognition for trying to bring these people in and teach them something. And therefore, it's cheaper just to keep all these people on welfare. Like, it's easier for my business to not bring them in here where they're going to fuck my business up and fuck my culture up. Just leave them all on welfare. Just give them fucking weed and Netflix and Call of Duty and free housing and Snap and just give them the fuck out of my business, which is a horrible way to look at society. And again, I've talked about many times, like, it's a fucked up way to look at things. But again, government doesn't care about the lower class. Government doesn't care about training people to get better at things. Government doesn't care about utilizing the people that do the work to train the people that would then do the work. They tell everyone, oh, go to college. It's going to be great. You're going to become super smart. And again, people get out of college and go, where the fuck's my money? And they're like, oh, we don't need you. And you paid for it. Like, really, really fucking wild. What a terrible system that we have here. Fucking horrible, guys. It makes me so angry. Okay, Mike and stuff says, we got Josh here says, love the Christmas Story Lab. Yeah, dude, I love Christmas Story. I love Christmas. I love that time of year. I love the music. I love everything about Christmas. I think it's a nostalgic thing. Okay, Mike is making stuff awesome. I make all kinds of things, but furniture is on the list. Fantastic, Mike. I'm glad you make some. Let us know what you make, man. What kind of furniture you're making? My number one selling piece of furniture, guys, is a credenza, right? It's a very basic kind of credenza. I sold about 50 of them last year. I'm probably gonna sell 80 of them this year. I've sold almost 20 of them just this year alone, which is means I'm on track to do fantastic business. So furniture selling good, guys, especially if you sell to the right people. Okay, Smooth Bandito, what are your Q2 egg commodity projections? Again, I have no idea, man. I don't deal in fucking eggs. Eggs are not that expensive. My wife likes those fucking organic brown eggs, man. I think it's like $6-7 a carton. I don't know if that's expensive or not expensive. Again, I've said it many times, guys. That's how you know you've made it, right? Like, I don't look at the cost of nothing. Like, when I go to the grocery store, I don't give a fuck what it costs. Grocery store is not my concern. Okay, I said for the first time, I raised up in the income ladder because now I can actually pay cash to put tires on my car. For the first time in my life, I don't have to charge, on my credit card to fucking put tires on my car. So that's what I call living. I don't know what you guys consider rich, man, but that's rich to me. Okay, Smooth Ambito says stagflation. Yeah, 100%. No one's going to talk about it. We're absolutely in a stagflationary environment right now. And again, you get on Fox News right now, they're going to tell you how fucking great everything is. You get on CNN, they're going to tell you how bad everything is. And if you talk to the average person, like, they're going to tell you what's really going on in the economy. And it's, yeah, wages aren't going up. No one's leaving jobs. No one's losing jobs, really. I mean, you see a little bit of lost jobs, but for the most part, everything's just staying put. And meanwhile, inflation keeps creeping along at anywhere from 2 to 3% a year, and there's trillions of printed dollars in our system, and they're trying to use the Fed to essentially curb inflation and get stable prices and stable employment. So nothing's actually happening, right? Nothing's actually happening. That's really what's going on, which is essentially stagflation. So. Okay, Rutherford Berman, 6016. What ratio of cream cheese icing to oh boy, here we go. Okay, thanks, dude. Okay, Mike's making stuff. It's time, in my opinion. Not being passionate. It's that time in the cycle. It's not being passionate. Okay, I'm not sure what that exactly means. Okay. Eat the soylent greed. Yeah, it's something there, Bandito. I appreciate your comment, man. Okay, okay, we got Rutherford, man. I should ban you, but I'm not going to. Your comments aren't that bad. Okay, we got LACALIXR7IE. Last four Republican presidents left office in a recession. What did you expect? Again, this wasn't you think that Democrats are better for the average person than a Republican? Like, I strongly disagree. Again, as a business owner, Democrats fuck me in the ass all the time, and they tell me that it's good and that I should like it because I'm giving money to the poor, right? I'm going to help out the average person by way of taxes. Okay, I don't think that that's helping anybody, And the Republican tells you guys, they're going to, tells me that I'm going to get tax cuts, right? And I'm going to be able to buy more shit and grow my business. And again, they don't really fucking do anything either. Like, all they want, guys, is to take your tax dollars and pit the poor against the rich. Pitch the Republican against the Democrat. And meanwhile, they're taxing all of you guys to death. They're keeping one side poor as fuck, and then they're drawing in taxes from the other side. And the federal government wins every time. Like, they tax you guys. They take all your fucking money, and you can't even get an audit as a taxpayer, right? They don't tell you what they're doing with that money. And then when you say, hey, I want to know what the fuck's going on with my money, they basically call you fascist, right? Or they tell you that you're a piece of shit for asking, for some fucking representation for your taxation. Like, it's a bad system, guys. Like, we got to do something. And again, it's not a left versus right type situation. Again, I pay my guys really well. Like, again, business owners take care of their employees, right? And a lot of people tell me, oh, business owners are out to fuck the employees. No, we're not. Like I said, the lowest amount of time someone has worked for me is 5 years. Okay, the lowest amount of time. Okay, so again, some of us actually understand how business works and want our businesses to grow. But if all you care about is large corporations, or all you care about is the poor, again, the middle class, average people, whether you're a W-2 or you're a business owner, we all take it up the ass. So anyway, okay, this is we got burb shit in here. I started the week oiling up with some Diddy oil. Right on, dude. Everyone's talking about Diddy. What is about the internet and Diddy? I like, you guys got to get some better material. Okay, Rolf Palmquist, 5095. Well, you just have to pay back 38 trillion. Yeah, and again, we're never going to pay that money back. And I think inevitably what's going to happen is people are going to call for these debts to be paid at some point, and it's going to end up in a world war of some kind, because it's basically what's going to happen is a country is going to say, hey, you guys need to fucking pay us, because the servicing of the debt right now costs $1 trillion. I don't know if you guys understand this, right? The interest that America pays on debt at 38 trillion is $1 trillion, which is essentially going to people that bought our debt, right? So that we could print money, right? We don't just print money out of nowhere. And now it's $1 trillion Next year, I believe it's something like 1.2 trillion. And as this number continues to go up and the debt continues to go up, those interest payments continue to go up. Eventually, that's going to become 2 trillion and 3 trillion. And eventually, at some point, America's going to say, you know what? I ain't fucking paying you. And they're going to say, well, if you don't come fucking pay us, we're going to come take it. And America's going to lay its dick out on the ground, and it's going to say, good, come at me, son, right? Or it's going to be like in the medieval days, you throw down the gauntlet, and that's where it's going to be. It's like, you want your money, come fucking take it. Oh yeah, and we have the greatest military that has ever existed in the history of humanity. Like, what are you going to do? That's what's going to inevitably happen. And it's just, I hate to see it, because again, the young people and the poor people, the people that come where I come from, are going to have to go fight in whatever war ends up coming, because nobody wants to balance a budget. So very, very dark kind of shit there. But Rolf, it's bad, man. Okay, we got way too much debt. Okay, Josh Maker 5896. I wonder if we are getting the 2K checks from the administration that they promised. Fuck no, you're not going to get that money. You fucking kidding me? You might get something, but again, like, you're not going to get that money. And again, as a guy who actually pays tariffs because I manufacture hardware in India and I have to bring that shit in. I mean, I'm paying every time I bring hardware in, I'm paying a little bit, around $1,000 to bring that shit in. I think we're bringing in was it like 250 to 400 billion in tariffs every year, which is not nothing. I mean, it's great, I think, but it needs to be 400%. We should be able to bring in the bulk of the money from the third world into this country. But I don't know, man. Like I say, I don't think you guys are going to get nothing. I think you're going to get something, right? Especially with the midterms coming up. Like, they're going to try and throw you guys a bone. But there's this thing called the credible threat, which I think a lot of politicians use. And this isn't my idea. This is a guy called the Uneducated Economist talks about it. He lives out in Astoria, Oregon. Check out his YouTube channel. But he talks about how a lot of these agencies, they love to put the idea out there that something's going to happen, right? And when they put that idea out there, it moves markets. Like, if the federal government say, hey, we're going to give everyone $2,000 checks, well, immediately the cost of everything would probably go up a little bit in the anticipation that those checks are going to be coming through, because the average person will say, oh man, I'm going to get a $2,000 check. I'm going to go spend a little bit of that right now because I know that it's coming. And these credible threats end up causing the economy to do all kinds of things, but nothing actually happens, right? So that's what I think is going to happen. You guys are going to get a lot of credible threats, and that's about it. So, okay, Pussy Destroyer, if Jesus came back, would you let him come on your back? I don't know what the fuck that means, man. I'm not a religious person, but I do believe that more people need Jesus. We got a real morality problem in this country today. We got what's this? Sprigby Rodriguez, 8618. Glad you're doing. Thanks a lot. Okay. All right, so I gave you guys an hour this morning. Let's go through last couple of comments here. And we're going to do, we'll do more streams again. I'm going to show you guys how to polish brass this week. I'm going to do a live stream about how I polish brass for my $20,000 desk that I sell. We got that coming up. I do a talk most mornings or in the afternoon. I appreciate everyone hanging out today. I appreciate going back and forth with people. We have a lot of great people in here. Josh, man, fantastic comments. I really appreciate it. Come back in the streams, you guys, when we do these comments again, or when we do these talks again. We talk about just normal shit. Okay, this is Marcus Lucucius, which is supposed to be some kind of Marcus Aurelius kind of thing, I guess. Okay, Cook County sucks. I never pay the tolls when I'm driving. Yeah, well, again, I didn't pay the tolls in Cook County either one time, and they sent me a bill for like $140 fucking dollars because I didn't pay the stupid $3 toll. Like, those guys are there, man. Cook County is fucking awful. Like, Illinois as a state is fucking awful. Like, this is why a lot of people in our state want to secede into Indiana, because Cook County is full of all these virtuous fucking rich people that are just destroying the state. It's so frustrating. They've never seen a tax they didn't want. I did a talk. You guys go back and look at my videos. I talked about the Pritzkers, right? JB Pritzker is a fucking dirty piece of shit. I fucking detest that guy. His cousin Tom Pritzker is in all over the Epstein files. He's a fucking piece of shit too. He's the CEO of Hyatt Corporation, right? So yeah, love him. He's amazing. But anyway, yeah, we got some real problems in this country. Okay, can I have some money? No, dude, you can have a job though if you know how to fucking do anything. Okay, hi from Malaysia. All right, cool, man. We got people from Malaysia. This is Mafia Gorilla, man. Glad you're here. Okay, Rolling Papers, ZZZ, try Progressive. I'm with Progressive right now, so I thought they were pretty good. So again, shop around a little bit for insurance, guys. There are cheaper companies out there that are fairly competitive with each other, but you got to be willing to leave and you got to make the telephone calls, and they make it hard on purpose, if I'm being completely honest, but it does work. Let's see here. What does it feel like being bald? It's fucking awesome. This is Patalinity. That's an interesting word. Yeah, I've been bald forever, man. I started receding hairline in like my 20s. My dad's full head of hair. My mom, full head of hair. I no hair. Okay, it's a story about gaming. It's like adding lanes to a highway to solve traffic congestions. Okay, see Venezuela, for example. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's see. Let it 10,000 people in to Disneyland for free and see what happens. Yeah, you can't do that, man. You just can't do that kind of stuff. Okay, wind still requires oil. Yeah, and again, guys, go watch the show Land if you want to learn about the oil industry and like energy and all that. It's a fascinating show. I really love it. Okay, a couple more comments. I got to go. Okay, a Cube 1674. Let's see, Cube. I'm a sovereign citizen. I paid nothing. I'll ban you too. Okay, I got Fear Not Farm. Bro, I super chat you the other day and never answered me. Okay, it's cool. This is the people. So, Fear Not Farm. This is the thing I said to you guys. Like I said, I'm learning how to use this thing, and clearly I need to figure this part out. I told you, send me an email, thirdeyeeric@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to do something for you because I really appreciate the people that do super chat me. It means a lot to me. And again, I only own furniture, dude. I got a furniture business, so I want to do something nice for you. So please send me an email and I'll be happy to comment to you. And yes, anyone that super chats or sends gifts, I'm trying to learn how to use this thing. I got a brand new setup, guys. Show you guys here real quick. People that are in the chat real quick. I'm working on being a little more responsive to people that do start super chatting. I've never been monetized before, so bear with me. But I got a nice camera here. It's gonna be the new camera for the stream. I've got the microphones. I've got all the shit, right? Because I actually have some money. Like I had money before I got on YouTube, so I can buy nice shit. So I bought some things to help kind of improve what we got going on here. I hope that I can get a little bit better with the super chats, the gifts, and all these kind of things. But Fear Not Farm, again, I told you, dude, send me something, let me know who you are, and I will try and do something nice for you. Because again, I really appreciate it, especially people that are here early that are helping me to grow this channel. People like Sun Tzu that have been on here for a long time, this guy Josh, and these people, I really appreciate the interactions with people. And I think it's important that you guys know that there's people out here that are normal people. We're not trying to just constantly sell you guys bullshit that's made in the third world. We make real products. We hire real people. We make real American products. And again, you guys can do it. You don't have to follow the path. You don't have to grow up rich. You don't have to, the best opportunities in the world. You can figure this thing out. I think it's an important conversation. So, okay. Brad Pipple says lamp is killer. And again, Josh Baker says I subscribed. Again, I guys appreciate you guys. Subscribe to LKs. This is Josh, man. Sends it, gets 100%. Again, I see this stuff, Josh. I don't fucking know what to do with it. I'm trying my damnedest to know what to do. I don't know if I'm supposed to like interact with people. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the gifts. I appreciate everything from everyone. And again, normal dude guys here. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, and let's get off to a good week.